Gene Deal be telling the truth. Yeah, these other dudes be capping. Well, that's what 50 said. He said it on his IG today. He posted about it. I don't know if y'all seen this a couple hours ago, but that's a very big statement right there. You know, because I mean, of course, like I say, all of these, everybody lies, right? I don't believe nobody keeping it 100 all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, some people just lie worse and more often than others, but I believe, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I just try to use my powers for good. You know, my powers of deception for good. I don't, you know, I try to make honesty, keeping it 100, a part of my brand, a part of my reputation. So when I speak, you know, I ain't got to worry about certain stuff. But anyway, that's a very large statement for 50 to make, considering all of the stuff that Gene Deal be talking. You know, Gene Deal been talking about a lot of things for a long time. And, you know, I mean, I've seen him wrong. I've heard 50 correct him on one thing. Or, you know what I'm saying? I've heard, like, you know, one of the things, what was it? It was Big Meech. It was the whole Big Meech thing. When Gene, he spoke out, talk about it, like, yo, 50, Big Meech ain't no, you know what I'm saying? He ain't no rat. I can't see nobody doing that much of his time and just deciding, you know, in the 11th hour, he want to roll over, be a rat bastard, and just, you know what I'm saying, and tell on all this, or tell on a few real niggas, right? Those ain't Gene's exact words, but close enough, right? And he was like, you remember the time with the Murder Inc. thing, blah, 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 when they was trying to call you a snitch, and I went and got to the bottom of it, and it was blah, 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 blah. He's like, it could have been, you ever thought, it could have been something like, 50 responded to Gene, like, yo, Gene, it's me and 50, right? Like, if I said it, you understand what I'm saying? Like, you know I wouldn't say it if I knew it. See? And then I don't know what else transpired between, you know, that and when Gene made his next video. But when Gene made his next video, he was like, nah, yep, you got it. You right. You understand what I'm saying? So that in that short little that exchange between the two of them, you seen both men. Well, you seen Gene be, you seen some things, some eye opening things from both of them. You seen Gene being wrong and 50 not being a yes man. Of course, he was already going against what 50 was saying. So of course 50 wasn't going to agree with it, right? So scratch that. You seen Gene being wrong and then taking accountability. You don't know what happened in between 50's response and him, being mature enough to be like, yo, I thought it was this, but it ain't that. You know what I'm saying? It's actually this, right? Something else. You also saw 50 either 50 has or 50 desires the same type of reputation that I have and or desire, which is, if I said it, nigga, it's true. I'm not going to lie to you about it. I'm not ashamed of the truth. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, and if I don't know it, if I'm not sure of something, I'm careful to add that in the description. You understand? In the story that I'm telling you, I'm like, I'll be like, when I'm paraphrasing what somebody's saying, like when I'm guesstimating some, I add all of that because as important as me getting this story to my homeboy or y'all or whoever it is, my family, whatever, as important as it is for me to make my point, it is for me to have y'all believe that I'm the nigga I say I am. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's those are deposits in the bank of reputation. You know what I mean? If that makes sense to you, you know what I'm saying? So niggas know, like I'm telling you, look, real talk. If anybody got a connection at NASA, right? You know what I'm saying? Somebody could get me on a rocket. I could end this whole flat Earth debate. Salute to my man Lord Jamal. This is not a invitation to no smoke, right? But I could end this whole flat Earth debate. You know why? Because if y'all take me up there and I can see, I come. What, I'm not. Am I not allowed to take no pictures? You understand what I'm saying? Whether I am or I ain't, if I come back and I tell the world that the world is round, they gon' believe me. My reputation precede me. They know I ain't no lying ass nigga. They know I ain't going cat for the government. That's not me. Right? So anyway, 50 is like, yo, I'm sorry for my y'all know that's the ADHD. It does that, right? 50 is like, bro, Gene, you know if I said it, then it is what it is. Like, I'm not going. And excuse me, so taking those two things, those little facts, the fact that Gene will admit if he's wrong, and 50 he does at least make every attempt to be 100 before he starts spewing information. When you set this new thing up on the platform of those two facts, to him saying this right here, Gene, I just seen this Gene be telling the truth. These other niggas be capping. Did y'all see this interview? This one? Listen, the contents of this interview right here, if I'm correct, see, that's again me leaving space for me to be wrong or whatever, because I'm not. But if I'm correct, the contents of this interview explain exactly why Joe Budden, you can't tell this man he need therapy. Any of you niggas who feel like he need, salute to Joe Budden, any of you niggas who feel like he doing too much in regards to the Irv Gotti, rest in peace to Irv, you know what I mean? The Murder Inc., yo, he should leave that alone, blah, blah. Any of you nigglets, who feel like he doing too much, it been all these years later, then, yeah, none of you have the right to say that. I mean, you can say what you want, actually, right? But a resounding so is appropriate. Because ain't nobody trying to hear that after somebody put 9 hot ones in me. Pause, if applicable. Nobody's trying to hear that. I mean, somebody, but not nobody from the mindset that all of y'all, the one that made hip hop. Y'all could debate that all y'all want. Go ahead. I ain't going to delete none of y'all. I know that's a loaded that might be a loaded comment right there. Say what you want. I won't delete your comments in the in the comments. You understand what I'm saying? But I feel like without the ego, without the masculine ego, where hip hop would be a whole different something. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know whether it would be better or whether it would be worse, but it would damn sure be different. You know what I'm saying? And there are a lot of things that I like about hip hop that come from you understand what I'm saying? I rap from that perspective most of the time. Well, I used to. I'm going through a metamorphosis. Every age group, every milestone, like whenever I age 10 years, my raps transform a little bit. And what the metamorphosis involves me figuring out how to spit things that are more true to my more adult life, right? And still make it sound hard. So niggas don't die or get robbed in all of the verses, but it's still saying, but you don't notice it. It's still saying. Anyway, back to the topic. You can't tell 50 to let that go. I mean, you can, but a lot more of us who may have agreed with you before telling him to let that go. Oh, come on, son. It's been 20-something years. Some of us who may have agreed with you will no longer agree with you. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like, nah, B. Nah. Like, I would have never agreed with you. I mean, not because, like, I have any... It's not a matter of favoritism or nothing like that. It's a matter of me understanding, me being a product of the streets. I mean, I'm a product of other things. I'm not only a street nigga, but I lived in these streets, B. And it's hard to trust a nigga after they shot at you, or after you shot at him. You can't. I just shot at this nigga. How can I trust him? You understand what I'm saying? We was back and forth at each other's throats. Pause, protesters, get your ass out of here. Rest of y'all, welcome to the nation. Monster Nation, that is. How could I trust you after that? You understand what I'm saying? Now, we're gonna take this all. It done got so far that I done went to the hospital. I talk different. You understand? Because I done been shot in the jaw. Like, you tried to get me out of here. Not only did you try to get me out of here, you tried to starve me out of here. That is what it is, B. It is what it is. So, in case you haven't saw it, let me elaborate a little bit on what I'm saying, instead of elaborating on everything else. I know, right? In this interview, Gene Deal pretty much said that I don't care what the rest of y'all in the world think, and a lot of us in the world thought this, it was not Supreme and the Supreme team that did that to 50. He said that it was Murder Inc. that did that. They put that hit out there. He was like, Supreme wouldn't have did that out of his respect for Chaz, of Black, rest in peace, Chaz, Black Hand Entertainment. He's like, Supreme wouldn't have did that because Chaz knew that they beef was just some rap beef or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? He wouldn't have let it go that. He wouldn't have, nah. And Chaz and Preem was cool, I believe, is what he was saying. You understand what I'm saying? So, am I mixing some of the what I know for sure is he said, I might be convoluting a little bit, mixing up a few of his facts. I'm not sure I use convolute right, but y'all let me know. I might be mixing up a few of his facts. But what he definitely said was, it wasn't Supreme and the Supreme team. It was Murder Inc. Now, I can say if that's true, which all of us can say, if that's true, then 50 is saying, without saying that's true, he's saying that nigga Gene be kicking facts. Did I welcome y'all to the nation? I'm your host, your tour guide, your president, I'm the king around here. The landlord, owner, tenant, janitor, I'm off the damn floor. With you, if you don't follow the rules are you gotta like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. If you're trying to be a taxpayer citizen of the nation, then leave us a super thanks or a Cash App. We actually prefer the Cash App, but y'all do y'all Cash App. The Cash App tag will be in the description along with the Bandcamp link. The Bandcamp link is there for all of y'all who rather hear me rap, they hear me yap. All of the raps is, all the mixtapes is there. And we got new videos and albums out. The Crownsville album is out. The Squad video is out off of Ether Rocks. Winter Circle video out. You know what I mean? So go indulge, you know what I'm saying? Go binge. If you made it to the end of this video, let me get 4 peace signs, rock on, rock on. Even though I understand that there ain't gonna never be no peace between certain factions, but they ain't got no ceasefire emoji, so we'll take the peace emojis. 4 of them, rock on, rock on.